I wanted to touch base with you this week because we're already at week 4, unbelievably. The news has been something really interesting in the last few weeks. This situation with the shooting at the movie theater, I think, is just something that many of you wrote about, and we have been bombarded with the news on it, and with good reason. This is really a shocking situation that's come up. But as you listen to this story and the political campaigns and the various other pieces of information that are coming through the news media, think about the different areas that you turn to access your news. I know for me, I use Twitter, I use Facebook, I use LinkedIn. If any of you'd like to find me on any of those, be happy to bring you into my group there. I like connecting with students. But I find that with my iPhone, I get the news there through Twitter. The scrolling through Twitter will take me to journalists that I maybe have met through the journalism conferences while I was teaching the courses on main campus, or just journalists that I follow, like Diane Sawyer, and I will trust those outlets to hear the news accurately. So think about how I know many of you have been thinking about this. I've been reading in your posts, but where you generally go and who you trust to deliver the news to you. The podcast part of this course, you are starting to think about your own final project, I hope. You go ahead and look at those weeks out, the other weeks. We're at week 4, but feel free to go into the 5, 6, 7, 8 folder so you can see what's coming. But this helps you to gain respect for those who are in the industry of doing broadcast and podcast. I have recently started attending Toastmasters meeting in the city where I live, Grand Terrace. And it's amazing. 7 a.m. in the morning at the Grand Terrace Library, they are there. In fact, I heard the Moreno Valley one meets at 6 in the morning and has for years. And they're talking on topics and perfecting their skills as communicators, which is part of being, a student of it, whether it be journalism or comm or PR. You learn to deliver the message in various formats, podcast being one of them. But it's amazing to realize what an art it is. And yes, it's scary and difficult, but when you practice and you do this repeatedly, you get better at it. And also, I think part of this course is to help you see how much goes into preparing these messages and how it can vary from channel to channel and from various broadcast platforms, newspapers, or television shows. So I've been impressed with your work. I read every single one of your posts. I don't comment on every one of them, but I do comment on many. And if you ever have something you want more critique on, do send me an email because I'm happy to do that. Should you have something that you think, I'd like to really see her critique this more, I would be happy to do that for you, especially if you're thinking of going further with this and pursuing a freelance career or submitting it to a publication or to some publication at work or in the community. I'd be happy to look at it. So this is midterms week. I'm looking over here at my iPad just to review the other screen. You're doing your reading, of course, and you're doing your midterm. There are 7 questions to read through. So please read through them all and then pick 5 of the questions to answer. And each question is worth 20 points. The midterm in total is worth 100 points, and it's due Sunday by midnight. However, should you have a crazy week and you need one more day or so, just let me know and just send me an email and we can work that out for you. These are questions that will get you thinking. This is open book. This is a chance for you to deal with this material again, and I view the midterm as actually part of the learning because the educational theories I learned while going through my master's showed that the more you deal with a subject matter, the more you learn. So if you have to go back into the book and think about it and pull out information, that will help these theories and this data to get into your mind so that you'll remember it. So please do open your book, but it's not collaborative. You cannot ask for help from another student. It is your work, but you may use your books. Broadcasting review, you have that this week as well, and there's a discussion board post regarding that. Weekly reflection, and a writing assignment. The writing assignment can be brief. It's pick 5 things that you have learned this semester and rank them in order. That can just be a sentence or 2 about each item. And this again is a way for you to get in there and find that you're getting into this information and learning by dealing with it again and writing about it again. I wanted to say that I thought your Glogsters were incredible. they're really good. And I know that was a stretch. In fact, we were encouraged by Toria Bond, who is with Ops, to use Glogster, VoiceThread, and various tools in our courses. So we're trying to implement those, and I know that it can be a challenge. So there's always some grace with that if you need more time or help. But I thought you did a really good job. If you run into any trouble with any of the technology, do let me know. One other thing I'd like to tell you is that I am here to pray for you. Should you have any prayer requests, send me an email and I will pray. And I just feel really honored to have you in this course and hope that you'll continue taking courses with us. Thank you and have a good evening.